Hello and welcome to the first of two South African special episodes of Warriors HQ. We're in Johannesburg currently, acclimatising to the altitude ahead of our game against the Toyota Cheetahs in Bloemfontein this Saturday. On this week's show, we'll catch up with head coach Dave Rennie and co-captain Callum Gibbons. We'll also look back at our victory over Munster with Kenny Murray, but first, here's a little look at what the squad have been up to on their first 3 days in Africa. In this week's analysis section, Kenny Murray looks back at our victory over Munster and the huge defensive performance we put in the second half. Welcome back to the analysis section of Warriors HQ. We're in the team room in Johannesburg here. I'm joined by Kenny Murray. Kenny, all acclimatised, all good to go?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Sun's out, boys have been enjoying training with sun on their backs. It's always important this week that we managed to get acclimatised, as you say. It's going to be a tough game on Saturday, so had a blowout on Tuesday afternoon, yeah, boys are looking good.
We're going to look back, though, this week in the analysis section at the Munster game. Some of the defensive things we did really well, and we're going to start with some kick pressure clips.
Yep, this was the sort of clip that resulted, or the play that resulted in a try for us. So we played through, Greg. I think if you hold it there, Greg, where we pass, always a lot of people were criticising Hanrahan here for dropping the ball, but the key thing to note here is the pressure that our defenders are putting on that 10. So a big part of our plan here is to put as much pressure on the kickers as possible. You can see the work rate from Ryan and Wilson and Adam Ash in particular on the short side to put him under pressure. So we're back again, Greg, and we'll show that. So Hanrahan in his eye line, he's got these defenders really coming up hard. So it just puts them off a little bit. And because we're putting so much pace in our line speed, we get a really good outcome from it. So a really important part of our defence in the opposition 22, which resulted in the ultimate outcome of a try.
Our next clip's about a turnover, and it's not from someone you'd necessarily expect. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I think in the modern game now, more and more, the nines are expected to put a bit of pressure on post-tackle. A good example of this was the Super Rugby Cup final this year. When Mitch Drummond came on, he managed to get 2 turnovers as a 9, which is, as you said, is not very common. So it's something that we try and push our 9 on. If there's opportunities to get on ball and turn the opposition over, then we'll look at that. So here's a good example from Ali. Their number 8 was a key player for them, Bofa. Big ball carrier, strong runner. So we see Ali here, stop there, Greg. First contact's a bit high, but we managed to stop momentum there. Key things, if we play it through, Greg, Ali does really well, is as he goes to ground, Ali shows a clear release. The referee's called that as he goes down. So he's released him, and then he's managed to get himself into a really good jack position.
Well, Kenny, thanks very much for your insight and good luck this weekend. Thanks for joining us on the analysis section. As always, we'll be back again next week. Our defensive performance in the second half was matched by our attacking flair in the first. And here's a reminder of our 3 tries.
Brilliant line. And Horn picks a great line. George Horn now to Adam Hastings. Lovely ball on two. It's still alive for Glasgow. It must be. And Callum Gibbons goes in the corner for the first try of the night. Caught up on the second pass there was Adam Hastings. Fagerson. It's Horn. Body's on the ground, but Johnny Gray managed to stay on his feet until the contact. Hastings dabs one through. Hogg is up for it! And Stuart Hogg gets Glasgow's second try. It's at the back with Bota. Strong pickup from the South African, charges into the tackle of Adam Hastings. Well, and lost, and Glasgow were on to that. They're celebrating try number 3.
After arriving in Joburg, Dave Rennie and Callum Gibbons both spoke to the media. Here's a look at what they had to say.
They had a couple of big losses away from home early on last season as well, and then they rocked Leinster the following week at home. So what we know about a different creature here, only lost 2 games last year to us and to Munster at home, and so we expect them to be a lot sharper and obviously at altitude.
It was a very fast-paced game, and it went right down to, I think it was probably the 77th minute of the game where we scored and had to sort of play 3 minutes of holding them out and had to play some pretty important rugby there. So it was a tough game.
How big a challenge will it be playing at altitude in Bloemfontein?
Well, not too big for me sitting in the coach's box, but like as we know, the guys are going to hurt at some stage, but we're embracing it. We're a fit side. We know if we're gasping that they'll be gasping, and so it's our ability to operate under a little bit of pressure. So we're looking forward to it.
We've got 2 weeks on the road over here, so it'll be nice to spend a bit of time with the guys. A couple of days off during the week, each week, so we've got a social committee that's working on different activities that we're going to go to, and we've got mini units that we're going out for dinner and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be really good.
As a company, we're delighted to be associated with the Glasgow Warriors, since as a business we see an awful lot of our values within Glasgow Warriors.
Thanks for watching Warriors HQ. Keep an eye on all our channels tomorrow for our team announcement, plus reaction from head coach Dave Rennie. You can also hear exclusive interviews with Ollie Kebble and Hugh Jones on our new podcast, Warriors Weekly. Tomorrow, we fly to Bloemfontein for our game against the Toyota Cheetahs, which you can watch live back home on Premier Sports. And then there'll be another episode of Warriors HQ, another South African special, next week, this time from Cape Town. Thanks very much.